Cal Raleigh, big dumper. What's going on, Cal? Happy off season, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Good, good. All good. So are you locked in like the level of what we're talking about where you're following free agency and everything going on? Do you look at whatever social media and say, all right, what are we doing?
I kind of just I see the guys who sign, and I don't really try to keep up with who's signing where, kind of trying to predict it, and it usually never goes the way you think it will. So I just kind of I just kind of hear about it from whatever's on Instagram or whatever people send me, and that's kind of my reaction. So.
If the Mariners make a big acquisition, which I hope they do at some point this offseason, though, and you see it, will you do like one of these? Like, let's go, baby.
Yeah, it'd be great. I mean, anytime you get a big player, somebody that's going to help your team, or a veteran or whatever it may be, anytime you get somebody like that, it's always a great reaction. And unless you're trading away, some close friends, and then it's kind of a bittersweet moment.
So you just lost one. Eugenio Suarez goes to the Diamondbacks. What did he mean to the team, and how sad are you to see him go?
Yeah, Gino was, kind of the heart and soul of that, clubhouse. He was a great guy. Obviously, he was one of a, fan favorite for sure, and just a great player, just a great person. Always happy, always has a smile on your face. I know he helped me out a bunch in the 2 years that he was there, and we're sad to see him go, obviously, but it's a business at the end of the day, and I think he'll do great in Arizona. Definitely a better hitter's park over there. So I expect him to have a great year this upcoming year. And people don't really talk about his defense. He was unbelievable over at third this year, and I don't know how he was in the Gold Glove category, but he was unbelievable, making great plays all year.
What does the heart and soul mean? Is this dude coming in? Is he doing everybody's hair? Is he coming in like hugs every day? Like, explain what that means to the lay fan out there.
Yeah, I mean, he's connected throughout the whole locker room. He's always like I said, always has a smile on his face, always bringing his vibe, or his kind of mantra was good vibes only. So he was always bringing really good energy to the clubhouse. Just a great guy to be around. Always up. Even when sometimes how clubhouse can get down. Get on losing streaks. He's always positive. Always talking to pitchers, talking to hitters. Just a good guy to have in your clubhouse. Veteran guy that's been there, done that, and we're gonna miss him for sure.
Okay, so someone that would look great in the Mariners clubhouse, Mariners uniform, could be the heart and soul, would be Shohei Ohtani, the Mariners. There's reports out there the Mariners are out. Explain that to me, because there's a huge Asian community in Seattle. You guys have money. It's close to Japan. You slide right into that lineup, hit third or fourth, hit 40 to 50, and
you can protect him.
Yeah, you could be his protection.
Be Shohei's protection.
I mean, it just seems like it'd be a pretty good fit up there in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, I mean, it's Shohei. It kind of speaks for himself how good he is. He's unbelievable. Never seen anything quite like him. But at the end of the day, I don't get to make the decisions. My job is to go out there and play as hard as I can for 162. And I think if you ask anybody, everybody would be like, yes, we want Shohei for sure. And you saw this year at the All-Star game how cool it was when guys were chanting his name, telling him to come to Seattle. And you've heard rumors that he's been in Seattle in off seasons and he loves it there. So it'd be awesome if he came to Seattle. I would love it. I know our whole team would be jacked up and the whole city would, but that's kind of out of our control. So
how do you pitch it to him? I mean, you're always the catcher. People are pitching to you. How do you pitch it to Shohei? Because everybody we have on here this offseason, whether it's writers or we had coaches on, we had bench coaches. How do you pitch to Shohei? What do you say? Like, hey, this is Shohei. This is Big Dumper. The only thing I know in Japanese is how to say, I just farted. So onada data. Like that's the only pitch that I know how to say to Shohei. But what do you say? You are the guy. You were the 50-plus homers in the first 2 seasons of your career with the Mariners. How do you pitch it?
Are you talking about how I pitched him to come to Seattle?
Yeah.
He's on the
I
phone.
thought
He's
you-
like,
I thought
No,
you were
not how
saying
you
to
pitched
pi-
to him
how
to get
pitch
him out.
when I'm behind the plate.
no, you're on the phone with him,
You're on the
Cal, right?
phone.
I
to
can,
say.
I'll give you a little helper, okay? Dude, I know you're not pitching this year. Seen our pitching staff? It's pretty fire. And then next year, if we need to do a 6-man, we are capable for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know, how I'd probably try to sell the city. The city's amazing up there in Seattle, and like I said, I think he spent time there in the off seasons, from what I've kind of read and gathered, and I think that'd be the number one thing because you see a lot of people choose a lifestyle when you get to what he's going to make. I mean, at that point, does it really matter how much extra millions you're making? So you want to be somewhere where you're comfortable. You want to be somewhere where the fans are going to love you. You're going to like the fans as well. You want to have a place where you and your family can stay and be comfortable. And I think that'd be the number one sales pitch for sure.
Do you take him out to eat at a place? And what's the place that you take him out to when he comes to Seattle?
There's a place. When I got called up, Yusei Kikuchi was still with us, and his favorite sushi place was a place called I Love Sushi, and it sounds kind of cheesy for a name. That sounds like a bad sushi spot, but it's unbelievable. It's on the water in Bellevue, and all of they have every baseball player that comes in there with the Mariners gets their picture up on the wall, and I take them there. It's unbelievable sushi. The fish up there in Seattle obviously is unbelievable, and the sushi's a lot better than where I'm from in North Carolina. So it's
Prove
a lot
it.
better.
Hold
I
up.
don't
Breaking
believe you.
news.
Yeah,
Seattle has North Carolina
cold
beat
take
on
by
sushi.
Cal Raleigh.
The hot take of the day.
That's funny. So
Damn.
is it? I got to ask you this: is it 54% better, or is it more than 54% better?
Dude, we're saving you because it's going to get asked for a long time, and it's spring training day one. You're going to see T-shirts. It's the whole thing. So you guys are going to have to answer for it.
Oh yeah, it's been all over on Twitter, and I've got numerous texts this off season, and that's it. I don't really have much.
Yeah, I get it. We played. We get it, dude. Listen, Kratz. Well, not Scott. Scott doesn't play.
Nope. Scott looks like he played.
Yeah, but
last night
listen,
he actually got mistaken. Somebody goes, "Hey, you play right now?" Scott was like,
Oh.
He goes, No, not at all, not at all.
Oh,
It's not about me.
So no, but as a player, listen, we go into the season, and especially the Mariners the last couple of years, and you make the playoffs, and then you just miss it this year, last day of the year. But you're trying to win every game as a player. So to me, the thing that gets me, and again, you can laugh and say no comment, I get it, but I want to win 100% of the games. And to hear the guy that's in the leading your squad and say, well, we're only trying to win a little bit over half of the games. I don't know, that would hurt me as a player, because I only got to give 54% of my effort every game to try to, that's the thing. The quote was, I know he says like it was kind of taken. You have to look at the bigger context of the quote, and I get that, but still, man, I want to hear my leader of my team that's making the run for the players say, dude, we're trying to win the World Series. We're trying to win every damn game, because I know when I was playing, I was behind the plate. I was trying to win every inning, every pitch, every game. Not we can slide this one and be okay. Like, screw that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really have a comment on it as far as, you'd have to ask Jerry about that. That's kind of his.
Can you get him on for us? Can you get him to come on for us?
That's his deal. It's like you said, you're going out every day, and I know every guy in our clubhouse goes out, and we're trying to win 100% of our games, and we're trying to, play as hard as we can, and that's how we see it, and that's kind of how the players see it. And his comments, I don't think he meant it at the time, but we're just, we go out and we're trying to win as many games as we possibly can, and I think that was kind of through an analytic lens, is what he was talking about. I'm not putting words in his mouth. It's kind of probably how he was talking about it at the time, and I just it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way for sure.
Kyle, what do you think about the rest of the division right now? What's worked well for them? I mean, obviously, you can start with the team that won the World Series, the Texas Rangers, and how much their team changed over a short period of time, and also Houston just being there year after year. But yeah, what I called actually by the end of the year, probably the top division in baseball. I know there's a bottom to it, Oakland, separate story, but the top of your division was insane.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it this year with the Astros and the Rangers, two really good teams. It was crazy how quickly the Rangers turned it around, and by going out signing guys, adding the right pieces, it was really impressive. And that was a complete 180 of what they were last year. So hats off to them. I think also adding Bochy was a great move as well. He's a great manager. I think I heard great things about him. As players kind of talk throughout the league a little bit, and I think it was just kind of a match made in heaven with him, and then getting a few players, getting some guys healthy, and they started rolling. And you saw how it worked for them. And then you look on the a little more south in Houston, and they've been unbelievable for the past few years. They're one of the toughest teams to play, I think, in the league. Every time we play them, it's a dogfight, and there's just something about Houston. I don't know what it is. Every time we play them, it's tough, and they scratch and claw, and they can really push the ball. It doesn't matter. It seems like they're just getting new guys every year, restocking, and they always got great arms. And obviously that lineup, especially when you're playing them at home. I know they had a weird record this year, but typically at home they're unbelievable there.
So you saw the Rangers at the end of the season. Would you have said, I think this is a World Series team at the end of the season? You saw them a couple times in September. Would you have said that? Or is it something that you look at it and go, dang, they won the World Series? Like, we were actually closer than we thought we were.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't very far off. I mean, we were out by one game to both, the Astros and the Rangers, and that's what kind of stings the most is it's one game. It wasn't like it was 5 games, came up short, a week before the season ended. It was the second to last game of the year where we got bounced, and that kind of what hurt. And but we were closer. We had a chance, we just didn't get it done, and that kind of falls on us as the players in the clubhouse. We were playing well. We just hit a little cold stretch there at the end, and couldn't make up enough ground. And we lost a few games in Texas. And yeah, they were a great team all year. They were. I had no doubt. I thought they were going to go in playoffs, and I thought they were going to play really well. They were playing well, and obviously you kind of heard about the bullpen struggles, and at the time everybody was kind of concerned about their bullpen, this, that, and then. The way they pieced it together in the playoffs was unbelievable, and I think that's a credit to Bochy and his staff.
So, were you cheering for the Rangers or the Diamondbacks and your boy Seawald to win a World Series?
I didn't really have a preference on who won. I mean, it was they were kind of two different stories. There was kind of the small team, as in the Diamondbacks, that nobody thought was going to make it, and then the Rangers were super hot and were kind of stacked. And I didn't have a preference. I mean, obviously, I love Paul and would have loved to see him win a World Series, but I didn't have any skin in the game.
So we're going to tell Paul because he's coming on soon. So we're going to tell him you said that. So you better have said that with your chest. So
Paul knows. We already talked about plenty. We had a golf trip earlier this offseason that we went on, so we're in the loop. So
how did that golf trip go?
It went great.
Take his cash?
We did. It was actually we won. My group won. I was on Paul's team. We went to Pinehurst. It was unbelievable. It was great.
That's awesome. So you were on his team, but you weren't cheering for him to win the World Series. I get it. I get it. That's fine.
I had no skin in the game. It wasn't my call.
They're not on the same team, so he
didn't care.
Yeah, he only cares when he's on his team. We see how it is.
We hit that one time,
but now he's got Seawald and Suarez on the same team, so now he's got 2 of his guys,
2 buddies,
Diamondbacks. So now
that's true.
They're fine. They got good catching, so you won't be going down to Arizona. You would hit 900 dingers in a season if you played in Arizona.
It's a great place to hit.
It's no Cincinnati or Philly, but it is a great place to hit.
Do you smoke a golf ball, by the way, Cal?
What?
Yeah, I mean, distance isn't the problem. It's just the going left and right that seems to be the issue. So it's
And putting.
Do you have a number? Like, what's how much you're smoking a golf ball right now?
like the swing speed or whatever.
Or no,
Anything.
distance.
Oh, distance.
Yeah.
I mean, when I'm in Arizona, it's well over 300 easy. I mean, it's the distance. It's kind of like baseball out there. The ball travels a little further, and it's when I get into one, I can crush it. So
That means he smokes it.
Wait, do you play left or righty?
play right. Yeah, I never had any. There was never any like when you're just swinging a club, finding one. Nobody ever has a lefty club, so I just picked it up right. So
No
Got
big
it.
deal.
He
Yeah.
smokes it.
I mean, think about what you get to catch though on an everyday basis. The guys you have running out there, Gilbert and Kirby and Castillo, and then Munoz and the arms you guys. It's got to be awesome, dude. Be a catcher, and you're just like, especially a young catcher, and you got some veterans, but you have a mix of youngsters in there. Gosh, and you're like, God, oh man, oh sorry, we have Castillo today. Oh, we got Gilbert tomorrow. Oh, we got Kirby. Oh, it's the ninth. We're bringing in Munoz with those 112. I mean, that's pretty good luxury to have, Cal.
yeah, the arms on our team are unbelievable. You start with the starters, and like you just said, all those guys, and we didn't have Robbie Ray this year, which hurt. He won the Cy Young and was at 21, but our arms are unbelievable. That's where it starts for sure. It's kind of our bread and butter with those guys, and they were great all year. Especially for being really young guys. You look at like Logan, George; those guys are only 2 years and barely 2 years into the league, and then we had two other starters that were rookies, and they did a great job, and kind of ran out of steam there at the end, but they were great all year as well. And you had Marco, Robbie; those guys were hurt, so it's a fun staff to catch, that's for sure. It's a lot of stuff coming at you.
Who challenges you the most? Whether it's about game plan or shaking you off or whatever, pressing. Can you press a button on PitchCom and be like, no?
Press and be like, throw the pitch, idiot.
Press it again.
Press it again.
I don't know. Guy who challenged me the most, I don't know. All our guys are really good to work with. I know it's kind of cliche to say, but they're awesome. I love working with our guys. They're really, you can communicate with them. You can talk to them. Some are really easygoing. I always said that Logan Gilbert has a hard head for sure. But I roomed with him for 3-4 years coming up through the minors before we even got to the big leagues together. So we have a good relationship. I was in his wedding. I think he just likes to give me a hard time more than anything. So
I like that. You need that though.
Definitely.
You can
Keep you in check.
Yeah, keep you in check. But you got to give them a hard time too, because you're out there every single day. I think there's one time you need to be like, if you push the button, you push the pitch com, fastball. And he's like shakes off, and you go fastball. He shakes off again. You just go fastball, 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 fastball. One time, it's like it'd be kind of like punching somebody in the face. You get a little more street cred, and then he'd be like, okay, I hear what you're saying.
But then the pitch clock runs out.
It's okay. It's only one pitch. He's going to throw 100 that game. It's only one pitch.
Yeah, sometimes you got to call time. I'll press it multiple times. You get multiple shakes. You walk out there, and I don't have to tell you guys, but you're like, hey, what you thinking? And they're just not on the same page. They're not thinking the right things. But it's sometimes as a catcher, you just have that kind of inkling, or that what pitch needs to be thrown at that time, and then some guys, like I said, are a little hard-headed and want to get guys out a certain way, and you kind of have to talk some sense into them sometimes.
Kickers.
Yeah.
Special teams players, kickers.
This catcher talk is going on right now. I'm out of it. But Cal, dude, great to have you on. Appreciate you. Enjoy the off season and enjoy that pitching staff. We'll see you in spring training for it.
Yeah, looking forward to it. See you guys.
Cheers. Thank you. Cal Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners joining us on FT Live. By the way, we have a couple combos coming up for you. We got some guests coming into the studio, but also somehow I'm going to fly back tomorrow. I'm going to be in Orlando for Sunrise and Whit Merrifield's golf tournament.